Hi, this is Brandon I. Brooks, managing editor with the Los Angeles Sentinel newspaper and also the LA Times newspaper. And it's my absolute pleasure to be here with Jermaine Dupri, better known as JD. Why don't we just jump on right into it, JD? I really appreciate the time sitting down with you, having this conversation. But we're here for a specific reason, which would be for the 20th anniversary. Doesn't even seem right to say it, for So So Def, as a label, as an operation, and with you at the helm. Let's just deliver right there to start out. What does this mean to JD? 20 years.
Oddly enough, in today's society, we don't celebrate success. We celebrate now, right? And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing the 20th anniversary, because as black music, period, black music doesn't celebrate success. We celebrate now. Whatever's happening in black music now, that's what people want to talk about. That's who get the covers. That's what, you know what I mean? But then it's people out here that's got legacies that people are like completely not paying no attention to. Yeah. I mean, well, Crisscross, you know, it was like, that was the beginning. So of course, you know, I wanted it to be big. It probably was bigger than I expected, right? Yeah. So that was one that's, you know, super memorable. And I don't even feel like I've ever made a song bigger than Jump.
Really? Really?
Yeah.
Okay. How big was that? A lot of times, I remember you said, I think you still received things from Jump. I mean, that record was Jump, really large. How large was that record? Share
pretty big. I mean, you know, their first album sold 8 million, so it's like,
wow.
That single sold 2 million copies.
And see, that's just like, you're very nonchalant. You just say 8 million, you know.
I mean, you know, it's like, you know, because people have toned me down to, you know, people told me things like, you know, that record just was a big record, you know, and you're not considered a success until you do that multiple times. So it's like Crisscross was looked at by me as a super success for just a time period, but then from there it looked like I had a lot more work to do and a lot more hard work to come up with. So it was other things that had to happen in order for me to get that going.
Okay. Who is one of the more memorable experiences you had working in this 20 years that stands out, or maybe some of the different opportunities that just stand out for you?
I mean, I think Usher and Mariah both are two special artists that, you know, that I bonded extremely well with. And pretty much everybody else, I mean, you know, those two though, I think I have a different relationship than any artist.
Yeah, you spoke about Mariah and Usher before. What's so significant? Was it the studio process?
Yeah, we just have
people outside of music.
We just have a real creative process. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, although we are friends outside of the studio, the connection that we get when we go in the studio is different than any other artist that I've worked with.
I remember the Functified album. Tell me about the Brat and the relationship of working with her.
I mean, you know, Brat became like my sister, you know what I mean? Like a little sister that I'd never had. And we just, you know, each artist had their own thing. They have their own little spark or whatever that glistens about them. And I just, you know, I start relating to what it is that they have. And with Brat, it's just like, we became like brother and sister. That's why a lot of times you heard us rap together, you know what I mean? Because it was like, that's what it was. It was that type of situation. We'd talk back and forth. We'd throw things back and forth. We always was like that type of close. So, it like I don't have that relationship with no other artist.
Who are some of the people that you looked up to and that inspired you and that you're trying to catch?
Everybody that make Black history. You know what I mean? I hope that I can become a part of Black history, and one day that it's really is something that people, like, I'm somebody that people discuss as a piece of Black history. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm Black history if I speak about it, but I mean, you know, it's not something that people have to discuss. They don't have to discuss Jermaine Dupri, and I don't plan to stop till you have to discuss me. And you know, Quincy Jones, when Quincy Jones was 20 years, almost 15 years older than I am now, he made Thriller.
Wow.
Right?
Wow.
So
you haven't even hit the tip of the iceberg, basically.
I mean, I don't have no, you know what I mean? I don't know what, you know, I just look at stuff like that. Like, you know, and he was older than me, and he had less than I did. He probably, you know, he didn't do less than I did, but times was different, right? And he did way more than I've done. And I look at stuff like that. I mean, I still haven't caught Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. I haven't caught Babyface. I haven't caught Teddy. You know what I mean? It's still these guys.
How would you catch them ultimately? What would be for you? If
I mean, you
were
got to
looking
have
to
more
marry
number one records than one of them.
by the numbers, judge by the numbers.
Yeah, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, I'm on their heels as far as songwriters, as far as it goes, because they got 7. They won Songwriter of the Year 7 times in a row with ASCAP. So I'm trying to break that record. I got 1 more year to tie them, but I got to break it. You know what I mean? So I still got a lot of goals, and you know, these people are still in front of me, and I'm not gonna stop till I at least reach one of them. You know, I mean, the ultimate goal is to try to catch Quincy, but virtually it's impossible. That's just my mind. You know what I mean? My mind is basically set in that. That's what my mind is basically doing. It's like 1 minute I'm listening to rap, the next minute I'm listening to ballads. It just that's how my mind ticks. And then I'm also, you know, I think from a mindset of a DJ too. You know what I mean? I think, and I also think about what I think the people want. The artists dictate what I do, by the way. I don't dictate what the artists do. The artists dictate what I do. And what I mean by that is if it's an artist that I believe the fans want to hear a certain type of record, that's the record that I start making. My thing is that, you know, what I see that others don't see is that you got to find where your audience is. Right now, these people are just putting music out and they don't even know who, where, what's going to happen. I figured out that get a direction of people to one spot. You know what I'm saying? My goal is to get 1 million people on Global 14. At 1 million people on Global 14, every time I put a record out, I should do 500,000, right? If I can't do that, then that means the music is not that good, because these people that's on the site are not jaded. These are people that's actually people that's been listening to So Def for a long time, and they might be new members or new people, but still. And I say all that to say that inside Global 14, I'm gonna have a record store. It's like a mom and pop's mentality on digital. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you'll be able to buy music inside my store, and also it feel like that the music is being pumped to you harder because you're a part of this. Unfortunately, like I said, we live in a world where people want to pay attention to all kind of other things besides the stuff that I want you to pay attention to. So therefore, it almost alienates me from doing all of that other stuff, because it's like I don't care for that type of stuff to be reported. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you only can learn from mistakes or whatever. I mean, I don't think it was a mistake, but you can only learn from your past actions, right? And that I learned that, you know, when I started dating Janet, that became like more of a conversation than this 20th anniversary. And I'm like, nah.
And I think that's more so this social media world we live in now. You said,
I mean, it's just it's just a life period, right? And that's what people pay attention to. But that's completely. Then you got your personal life competing with your professional life, and my professional life has always come first. So it's like, you know, and moving forward, I'm just
find that balance. Or is it
ain't no balance. It's just flat out like.
That's good. That's good.
I mean, because I gotta protect something in life, right? I don't want to die as the person that dated Janet Jackson. I want to die as the dude that's Black history. Yo, what up, y'all? It's Jermaine Dupri, the mayor of the ATL. But when I'm in LA, I'm reading the LA Sentinel. And this is the voice of the community speaking for itself. Word.